What's up, YouTube? It's Kenny again. I'm driving on I-44, headed back toward Illinois. Presumably after I deliver this load tomorrow morning, they may give me one more load and then head me back to Fort Worth for home time. I've been doing a lot of planning about this tattoo, and the artist has not so far been too responsive, so we're just gonna have to see what happens with that. Wanted to make a video today to kind of talk about strategy and how my views are evolving and where I'm at right now. Before we get started, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a truck driver driving across the country researching and trading stocks, and I will not be held responsible for any moves you make in the stock market. Not ever. I am not your mama, all right? Do your own research. So, something I haven't really reiterated a lot, because I see the comments sometimes. Some people are saying, why am I not doing this? Why am I doing that? This is just a channel to chronicle my journey in the stock market, and that sometimes means that I may not be jumping on the stocks everybody else thinks I should be jumping on, and all the YouTubers are jumping on and whatever. It's not really a channel for me to just give you guys a bunch of stock tips. All right, you may like different stocks than I like, and that's fine. All right. Now, I wanted to address specifically some of the questions that I've gotten. One is Hamster. Hamster, I know you like LEV, and I don't hate the stock or anything like that. But the reason that I went with ZEV over LEV, okay, is because I feel like the valuation is real low and the price is real low. I like the fact that it has low volume and it's not hyped up, while at the same time being the leader in the little niche that it's in. I like that it's not competing with the Ford Sprinter and stuff like that, and that they've selected to go with a class of vehicles like 3 through 6 or whatever it is, that not a lot of other players are in that space. I like that it feels like that I'm able to get in cheap, okay, and I feel like there will eventually be an impetus that will push the stock higher, and I don't think that that's very far away. Somebody else, it may have been Hamster also, somebody also asked about what I might see in Hyliion that other people may not be seeing, okay? Hyliion, I know I talked about wanting short to mid-term gains, but Hyliion for me, like, I have a lot of belief in that company, okay, and I want to be more concentrated in it. And I have increased my position pretty well in the cash account. It's the biggest position over there. It's got a pretty good weighting size in the M1 Finance, the YouTube account, and I want to be prepared for any potential jumps that happen in advance of them delivering these Hypertruck ERXs in a couple of months, okay? Because we all know that the market likes to price things in before they happen. And I don't know, I feel like there's a possibility that there could be a jump before they deliver the Hypertrucks. And even, it could not. That could not happen. And it could even not jump when they start delivering the ERXs, okay? But Hyliion is obviously a company that I have a lot of faith in, that I really do think is going to change the long-haul trucking space. And so I do want to be concentrated in that stock. Dumping another $1,000 in, it was not that big of a deal. And that is it. Hyliion is not something that I'm really looking for short-term gains on. ZEV, I think that there's the potential for short-term gains in that stock. But I think that over the mid to longer term, it could do really well. I also don't have a shit ton of shares of ZEV. 100 shares, at the price that I bought it at, is not very much. BNG BNGO is a stock that I think could really skyrocket. Okay, I think that one could really give me some really good short to mid-term gains. All right, the price targets on that stock are between $15, $17. I mean, you know, the stock seems cheap. OEG feels cheap. So when we're talking about the Roth IRA, we're talking about OEG, BNGO, ZEB are the stocks that I'm looking at for short to mid-term gains, whereas Hyliion and Enphase are more stocks that I'm holding for a longer period of time, okay? I'm trying to get to the point in that Roth IRA to where my contributions are $10,000, and when I hit that, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to start branching out and doing something different, all right, with my deposits, going forward. My strategy is evolving. Okay, the market is not doing what it was doing last year. We're not seeing all of these stocks running up 100% all the time and stuff. And you know, that is most likely was a fluke of sorts. I'm not saying that'll never happen, but I'm saying that the days of being able to easily pick stocks that are going to double, I feel like, are past, okay? And as much as I have been looking at like a 4 or 5 year plan over the last year, I'm starting to feel like I should be looking at more of a 10-year strategy. And so the move I'm making in the Roth is that I'm still going to continue to use the Fidelity Roth IRA as a way to placate me so that I can make my weekly, monthly, daily buys and sells, whatever the case may be, depending on stock prices. And the other account that I start once I hit that 10,000 mark is going to be more designed for long-term strategy, for a 5 to 10 year strategy, okay? Someone else had asked why I'm investing in cheap stocks and not going for more expensive stocks. I'm going to get there, and in the M1 Finance right now, a lot of those are more expensive stocks, and that's where I'm going to go once I make this next Roth IRA and start dumping money in for the long term. Will be more safer growth stocks, you know what I mean? And we'll get there. I'm going to get past this home time, and then I'm going to start dumping into this Roth IRA and get it up to that 10,000 mark pretty quickly. And then we're going to start looking into another Roth IRA. My strategy is evolving, guys. As I move along, and I've been doing this longer and longer, and the market has been changing now that coronavirus is starting to subside. I've got to look at different strategies. And, you know, the strategy, like I say, that I'm looking at right now is going to be to continue doing what I've been doing in the Roth IRA, trying to make trades and shorter term moves, and then move to a longer term strategy with my deposits going forward to protect, to be more protective over my money. That's just where I'm at right now, okay? Now, I've got to think about the future, you know, placating myself so that I don't make a bunch of moves in the cash account and stuff like that is important. And that's why I like the strategy that I've got right now with the Roth. It doesn't cost me any taxes, anything like that to buy and sell. So in these other accounts, I can just let that sit. And I'm moving more toward that, okay? Moving more toward it because I'm getting, you know, I know it's not as much as some other people, but I'm getting up to where, you know, I've got $15,000 in the stock market. You know, this 10,000 represents a large portion of that in the Roth IRA that allows me to make these in and out moves. And then for going forward, I will really want to get into more, I don't know, more of a style like Jeremy has, where I'm going to try to identify some stocks that are going to do well over the longer term and then sit on them, okay? It just is what it is. This is about my journey. It's about me learning these things. And I have learned, if there's anything I've learned from having a YouTube channel, from having my other YouTube channel that I've had for years and years, is you can't listen to everybody telling you what to do in the comments. You have to learn it on your own. You have to make your own decisions and take responsibility for those decisions. Like I always say, you have to do your own research. You have to learn these things on your own through trial and error. And that's what I'm trying to do, okay? And I'm just chronicling that here for people to watch and using this channel as a way to connect to the community, etc., etc. And I hope you guys enjoy it. So hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave me a comment below, and join the Patreon, guys. It's in the description below. Shoot me some support. If you think that, if you like that I'm not listening to the talking heads and listening to the commenters, and that I'm learning my own stuff and cutting my own way through the jungle. I mean, that's what I'm doing here. So I appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.